Sup gamers? I was having a conversation the other day and I was eating. And then I looked on my table. There was multiple forks. I was like, what the hell? Why are there multiple forks? I can just use my one dining fork for everything. And then it was like, no, no, no. There's actually specific forks for specific things. And that got me thinking, how many different types of forks are there? And today we're going to rank forks. All right, let's get started. First off, we have a carving fork. Carving forks are used to hold the meat like a turkey, and you use it to carve. This holds, carve. Now it's useful, but I think it's a little bit extra. You would only use it for big events like Thanksgiving, Christmas, every time there's a ham. So it doesn't have any, it's not used as much. And it's also extra. So I'm going to give it a B tier. I get rid of C tier because I think C tier is a cop out. It's like if somebody asks you on a scale of 1 to 10 and you give a 7. Seven's always like a middle ground that no one really is like, oh yeah, it means nothing. It's either B or D. Carving fork is a B tier. No, D tier. Because you don't really use it that often. You don't really need it. Next up, we have a chocolate fork. These are the forks that you ever seen those chocolate fountain things? These are the forks you use. Now, I have used a chocolate fountain fork. To be honest, it's kind of shitty because sometimes it's really hard to stab the fruit or whatever I'm trying to grab with it. So I still gotta give it a D tier. Next, we have a cocktail fork. This is for when you have your fancy little drinks and it's like, ooh, I got a little cherry or some shit in it. That's what I'm assuming. I'm not gonna lie, I don't actually really know. But 2-prong, pretty cool, and has a big ass gap in the middle. Do I think it's useful? I think it looks cool. So just based off its looks, where is it? Where is it? Right here, B tier. Now, next one, a dessert fork. Now, dessert fork, I've actually used a dessert fork. Compared to a normal fork, it's a lot easier because of its wide three trident. It looks like a trident, right? That gap adds so it doesn't cut the cake fully and it adds a little bit of what's it called? A little bit of fluff to it. But it's good, you know? It's good. I got to give it an A. Dinner fork. This is like the all-around good fork. I think that it's beautiful. It can be used for anything. If I didn't actually went through a deep dive of forks, I would only think this is the only one that exists. So with that being said, it's 1,000,000% S tier. Wow. Fish fork. So you see the differences of fish fork. Let me zoom in. Boop, boop, bop, 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 bop. Zoom in. Look at that. So the fish fork, you see how it's it's sharp. It's very sharp on the end and it curves in. Reason being, you're supposed to flake off the fish meat from the bones. This is useful compared to the other forks. Look at that. Not as sharp, not as thin. This one's sharp, but that's for desserts. This one, though, beautiful. Beautiful for fish. Who doesn't like fish? If you don't like fish, you're fucking weird. I'm going to give it A tier. Next one. This is a fondue fork. Don't get confused with a chocolate fork, okay? Don't be an idiot, okay? Fondue forks are used for the cheeses with that little bubbling cheese bowl, and you dip stuff in. Now, personally, beautiful fork. It digs into little sausages if I need it, and then when you dip it in, you curl it, and then everything comes with. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. B. I give it a B. Now, next fork. This is a fruit fork. Don't get confused with the. What fork was that? Dessert fork. The fruit fork is specifically designed for fruit. The little blunt edge. Now, sometimes when I have those fruits, okay, and I try to use a fork, it keeps on slipping and sliding. Like if I have to go to war with the grape just to eat it. But with the fruit fork, my life is easier. It's blunt and it holds it in place. And when you stab the grape, Perfect. Love it. I give it B tier because it's not used as often as people might think. This one, I didn't know this existed. This is a gravy fork. Yeah. So it's a fork used for gravy. Might as well just use a spoon at that point. But you see, there's just little prongs at the top, but then the rest is just solid. So it looks like a fancier spork. Hey, spork. Wait, just wait. We'll get to that. Anyways, gravy fork, stupid. Don't think anybody would ever need that. Hair fork. Now, I don't have hair. I don't have long hair, okay? Look at me. But a hair fork is not traditionally used for eating, but it's used to hold your hair in place. Because I don't have hair, I don't really use that. I don't have long enough hair, I don't really use that. But if I did, this would be cool because then I have a fork in my hair. So I'm going to give it a D tier because I'm not going to use it. Pitchfork. Pitchforks are beautiful. They're used for shoveling hay, so you can feed your farm animals, you know? They're used for, I remember seeing it in Resident Evil. And then also that painting with that guy that goes like this. So personally, I think it's useful. The size of a shovel, it's pretty good. I got to give a pitchfork A tier. Okay. Plastic fork. I do not like plastic forks. They break too often. They are just stupid. And then I have to throw them out after. And then after, when I want to go get more food, I have to go get another fork. Yeah, I know. Why, Cyrus? Why don't you just keep the fork? Shut up. You don't know me. I can't. So now I have to get another fork. I don't like plastic forks. They're going in D tier because there's an abundance of them and they're still kind of useful. They're not in F tier. Now, this is a plastic tasting fork, okay? So this is like, oh, I don't know what I want. And you see that the little 3 prongs, so it can scoop up pretty nicely, and it's like versatile. I don't know what I want. Let me just try a little bit. You grab one of these forks, you go like this. It's pretty good. Do I think this... Did I know this thing existed way before I even did this list? No. Never knew a list existed. F tier. This is a seafood fork. Now, if anybody has ever had seafood, you know, crab, lobster, crab, you would know that these forks are so useful for getting the meat out the shell. Now, do I love lobster and crab? Absolutely not. I don't even eat it. To be honest, my mom will buy them. I will break them open and I let everybody else eat it. I just like to break it open. Anyways, seafood fork has to be S tier because it's needed for seafood. I love it. Beautiful. CoverGrill. Serving fork. Serving forks are good. It depends on the food though. With fried rice, yes, serving fork is amazing. With spaghetti, not so much. With noodles, not so much. With stuff with big vegetables, you know, like those stir fries with the big broccolis, it's like it's a hit or a miss. I don't know. Maybe just the way it's curved and the way it's not yeah. Anyways, serving forks are good. I don't think they are the best. I think serving spoons or tongs are way better. Serving fork, I'll put in B because they are useful for serving. The spork. Everybody knows the spork. It's just a little fork right here. And then a big thing. I think sporks should be normal. I think sporks are good. Don't get it confused with the gravy fork, because fuck the gravy fork. Sporks are where it's at. S tier. Next, we have a toasting fork. Oh, shoot. I'm in the way. Oh, no. There we go. A toasting fork. You know, this is what's used over the campfire. Yeah, what if somebody uses a stick? I don't care if somebody uses a stick. This is a fork tier list. Okay, so this one you put like your little marshmallows, you put your sausages on top, roast it over the fire. I personally think you're right. This is obsolete because you can just use a stick. F tier. Now, last but not least, you see that one right there? You gotta know what it is. It's a fork in the road. Okay, fork in the roads. I think are really cool because first off, if you have a gang, you have to split up, right? You have to split up, but not used for eating. I don't think you can eat with a fork in the road, but you can eat on a fork in the road, if that makes any sense to you. So, with that being said, I gotta give a fork in the road A tier because fork in the road is funny. All right, that's the tier list, everybody. Good job. See you later.